With Trent Crescent, the head coach of the Yorkton Terriers, and a huge victory for your club here. You'll move on to the play-in game on Sunday afternoon. Your team had lost 2 games in a row. Then you go down 2-0 3 minutes into the hockey game. What did you see on the bench that really allowed this team to hold its resolve and fight back in?
Well, I think probably we've been in this situation in a long playoff run before. Playing, having to get through a team like Humboldt, who's been the class of our league for a while, and they had RBC Cup experience last year. We got down 2-1 against them, and even in a semi-final series against Malville, we won the first 2 games, and then we lost the last 2, kind of like what we did in this series. And same thing, got down 2-0 early, and I think it was, it's a credit to our guys. It wasn't really anything as a coaching staff we did. It was just the guys didn't get down on each other. They knew it was a long game, and if we started kind of pushing and fighting amongst ourselves, that it would just be harder. And we chipped away and had some chances there to tie it up, and were able to kind of get it even keel there in the second period.
Trent, I noticed this while I was calling the game, and your top line, they were fantastic again. Geibel, Gervais, Johnson, 6 points combined here this evening. Could have been 7 if Geibel got credited for his second assist on the 4-3 goal as well. But they didn't have a shift for the first 5+ minutes of the third period from where I was watching the game. Was there anything to that, or just the way it worked out?
I guess you picked it up more than I did. I don't know if if that was planned. I thought maybe they did, but I guess you notice when those guys are on the ice, it might have been something where we were playing a little bit cautious to start the third. I thought both teams were a little cautious there, and
felt like overtime.
Yeah, it did. It seemed like the next goal was going to win. There wasn't too many chances being taken. I think both teams are very similar in the way they're structured and push each other and play hard and physical.
How will you guys approach the night game here tonight? I'm sure you'll watch it, and will there be any preference heading into the 4 o'clock game tomorrow?
Well, there's a lot of people paying money to watch, so hopefully maybe double overtime or something like that. But no, in all seriousness, 2 very good teams, and 2 teams that we had good games with, but lost both of those games. And the guys we were happy with the guys' effort in those games, but not the results. And tomorrow, just being happy with the effort and not getting the results is isn't going to do it for this last bit. It's do or die one more time. A preference. I don't think. I guess pick your poison, kind of. They're both very good teams, right? And I think maybe Brooks plays a little bit more similar to what we do, and Surrey is they're so skilled, good on the power play, and they can place pucks in behind you pretty quick. So but yeah, I think hopefully they go at it hard tonight here. I know they will, because the inaugural Western Canada Cup Championship here, I know both teams are going to want to get that trophy. I appreciate your time, Trent. Thank you. Here with Caleb Gervais, the player of the game for the Yorkton Terriers, and you guys advanced to play in the play-in game on Sunday afternoon. And obviously the job not done yet, but you have to feel pretty happy with this win here this afternoon.
Yeah, we're on a pretty big high, but we can't get too up now. And whoever loses this next game, they're going to be a little lower than what we are. We're going to be on a bigger high, so we got to use that to our advantage and just use that as momentum. The game-winning goal is yours, and it came on a bit of a broken play, a sharp angle shot from Geibel, and the kick from Austin Boris, I think, to me, was the play, because he couldn't get it with his stick, and he just kicked it on goal. What did you see from the side of the net where you put it in? Yeah, I thought Boris kicked that in. I thought it was just going to be a broken-up play, and then I just seen the puck come out, and I just shot it on net and just went up high, so I don't know. You're coming down the stairs here, you got the ankle, the knee, you got stitches in your lip. I mean, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah, the sacrifice. It hurts right now, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. Do you have a preference on who you might play? You guys, I'm sure, will watch the game here tonight. I think it's gonna be a good game, but we owe both the teams. They both beat us, so we owe one of them. I think Brooks is a good team, and I think they're gonna come out with it maybe. Thank you very much for this. Thank you. Mike Vandekamp joining me now, the head coach of the Nanaimo Clippers after being eliminated from the inaugural Western Canada Cup tournament here. And Mike, in your estimation, I know you haven't had a ton of time to think about it, but what was the difference in this hockey game?
Well, it was an awfully close game, obviously. We thought we had a real quality chance right before they scored. We had a better chance ultimately. We got a great shot right from the middle of the slot. Didn't bury our chance. They threw a puck on the net and outworked us for a goal, I think, is what ended up happening more than anything. And that's kind of the MO that we saw out of their team is lots of extra efforts and feistiness to them that ended up being the difference maker on their goal. But I think it was a really close game and a very tight game for sure, even though there was 8 goals scored. There were still a lot of tight battles out there, and they ended up just getting that last bounce, I guess, at the end.
It really felt like it was overtime from the start of the third period. Was that maybe the way you were approaching that period? Guys, we have to be tight. You can't make a mistake at that point.
Yeah, I think it just happens by nature. I think everybody knows the next goal is going to be a big one, especially when you get inside the 10-minute mark. And but the whole period was reminiscent of it for sure. And I thought we had our chances, to be honest, but we didn't capitalize on them. And they did when they had their opportunity there. I don't even know how many minutes were left in it, but it wasn't very many minutes left when they scored that goal. And that was obviously a back-breaking goal and ended up winning the game. So it's tough play for sure.
6 20-year-olds on this roster now that won't have a chance to play junior hockey again, and that's where my mind always goes in this scenario. It's about those players, and maybe just a comment on what you got and what it's been like to be around those 20-year-olds this season.
Well, every year in junior hockey, it's tough because of that reason. There's only one team that's going to win its last game of the season here, in all of Canada, and end up all the other kids are going to end. The 20-year-olds are going to end their junior careers without winning, and it's tough. I think in our case this year, our older players were by far our leaders without question. I think both on and off the ice we had a tremendous group of 20-year-old young men that did everything the right way all the time for us. And so this year, as much as any year I've coached, I was just really, really proud of the way that they carried themselves both on and off the ice. And I think this week was no different. I think they were our best players, and they stepped up and played hard every night. And it's definitely tough to see it end this way for them. I really believe they deserve a better fate. They really put in a lot of sacrifice and a lot of effort this year. So, but it's you still got to get out there and execute, win the hockey game too. But when it comes to the way they prepared and the way they carried themselves, I certainly have nothing but great things to say.
I appreciate your time, Mike.
Thank you.
Brock Mashmeyer, the player of the game for the Nanaimo Clippers, and obviously this game not ending the way that you guys would have wanted it to. What do you feel was the difference this afternoon?
You know what, I really couldn't tell you. Just a lot of emotions right now. No other team I'd rather be with than the Nanaimo Clippers.
Talk about some of those emotions, what you're feeling. I mean, you come to join this club here this year, and it's been an amazing season for you guys, some incredible highs and some incredible lows. Just talk about what's running through your mind here.
You know what, I couldn't ask for a better last part of a season. Love every single guy on the team, and no regrets out there. We gave it our all, and what, just chances were there and we didn't pot it in. So I can't blame any guy on the team. We played our hearts out.
It's a moment like this when you almost don't want to take off the gear, do you? You're a 20-year-old, and your junior portion of your career is over. I'm sure you're going to want to spend as much time in that locker room as you possibly can here.
Yeah, for sure. No, just it's the best time. Love the guys, and I'm going to bond with them for the rest of my life.
This tournament, the first ever Western Canada Cup, you have to take away from this a pretty great experience. It's a pretty cool thing to be a part of as the host team.
Yeah, it was awesome, getting to see it all getting set up, and then seeing the other teams come in here and knowing some of the other teams in here and knowing players from other teams. So it was really good competition, and it was it was great.
Thanks for this. Congratulations on a great career.
Awesome, thank you.